What's going on, good people? I'm JP. Welcome back to the JP Does DIY channel. In this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing on this new DeWalt table saw. And let's get some first impressions and see how good this thing is. Let's get into it. Alright, I went to Home Depot the other day and I've been looking for a table saw for a good minute now. And, you know, I wanted a saw stop, but that was kind of out of my price range. And this DeWalt was there, and it was $100 off, and it was on sale for $2.99. So I was like, this might be a good one to pick up. It's gonna be better than the one I got now, and I like the stuff that I saw online about it, so I figured I'd give it a try. For this table saw, I was using a Ryobi table saw that I got when I first started doing DIY stuff around the house a couple years ago. And I figured that table saw had run its course, and it was time to get a new one. You know, I was due for one. The stuff I could do with the Ryobi one was very limited, and it kind of matched my skill set at the time. But you know, I think I've learned quite a bit and grown, and I think I'm ready for something new. Finished taking this out of the box. Let's look into a few of the features I like and check it out. One of my first impressions after taking this thing out of the box was the fence. The fence is quite the upgrade from the one I had before the Ryobi one. I was using this one. It's very small. It was very hard to get straight cuts on this thing just to line it up. With this new one, DeWalt, it's much beefier. It looks much sturdier. It just feels a lot better. And when I put it on there, it was just so much easier to move and stuff like that. It just seems like it's going to be quite the upgrade, which is one of the main reasons for me wanting to get this table saw in the first place. Another reason for me wanting to get this one was the dust collection on this thing. It's got two spots where you can do the dust collection. You've got this blade guard that has a dust connection port right here, and you got another one that's on the back. And it just, you know, when I was using my Ryobi one, there was just dust coming out everywhere, and then every time I use it, it's just be this huge cleanup mess of just nothing but dust everywhere. But with this one and watching reviews on it, it seems like that is not going to be an issue. And you know, it's one of the things I'm super excited to try out and be less dusty when I'm done using it. Another thing I'm excited to try out and to use is the sliding fence. You know, this one seems like it's much easier to move the fence back and forth, and it also goes out farther where I'm not limited to the length of the table saw, and I can make some bigger cuts on this. Besides using, like, I think on the Ryobi one I was limited to like almost like 12 inches a foot, but this one can go out to 24 inches, so that'll be very useful because I have some projects that I want to do that I wouldn't be able to do on my Ryobi one that I'm hoping that I can do on this one. So that's something I'm super excited about. I can't wait to try that out and see how this fence works exactly, especially when you extend it all the way out. Those are just a few of my first impressions, but let's get this thing turned on, hooked up and turned on, and let's cut a few pieces and let's see how this thing works. Alright, cool. Let's get this thing turned on for the first time. Let's see how this puppy performs. For this first cut, I'm just going to use a simple like 1x4 board, nothing fancy, and just set it to like 1.5 inches and see how smooth it is and how good it runs. I'm still using the original blade that's in there, and it seems to be legit. Like, I did not have to worry about the fence moving. If it was straight, it turned out to be 1.5 inches at the top and the bottom, so that was a good feeling. Next, cut a 2x4 I had laying around, and it cut this one pretty good too. It was a good feeling, and it just felt so much better. To change the blade on the table saw is pretty simple. Yeah, you just remove the insert and you get your tools, which are stored on the back of the table saw, which is pretty nice. They have like a home, but you just raise the blade up to the top and use the tools to untwist the old blade, and you just put the new one on and you're good to go. One thing I was sad about this table saw is that you couldn't use dado blades on it. I mean, it would have been nice, but it is what it is, and it's still an upgrade for what I was using before, so I'll be able to make the adjustments and do what I need to do for those dados. And when you're done changing the blade, you just put the tools back in their little spot on the back of the saw, and you're good to go. Now you know where they're going to be next time we need to change the blade. So those are my initial impressions and a little few cuts with the new DeWalt table saw. It was good. I like it. I'm excited to try it. Can't wait to use it more. And I've got some exciting projects coming up that I can't wait to share with everybody. And yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait to use this more. And I got to get a new table, a new workbench setup going too, because yeah, this isn't gonna fit where the Ryobi was. So we're gonna have to make some adjustments. And while we're at it, might as well go ahead and upgrade the whole thing, right? But thank you for checking out today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, any suggestions, ideas, or anything I can do better. I appreciate it. With that said, catch you in the next one. Peace out.